that the West has never cared about Ukraine, ever, not once. We never wanted them to win. We never expected them to win. All we wanted to do is do harm to Russia, significant military harm to Russia, which when you added that to the economic collapse of Russia because of Western sanctions, could lead to a Moscow Maidan moment where Russians threw Vladimir Putin out of power. That's always been the objective. It was never about a Ukrainian victory, ever. We don't care about Ukraine. What part of 500,000 dead doesn't anybody understand? What part of 10 to 20 million displaced, $1 trillion in infrastructure, what part of that implies that we care about Ukraine?
Has imposed unprecedented sanctions against Russia. So far, 10 new sanctions packages have been adopted in close coordination with international allies. It has been labeled as a sanctions revolution. Today, Russia is the most sanctioned country in the world, surpassing Iran and North Korea.
Biden will campaign on his response to the war in Ukraine and his efforts to isolate Russia on the world stage. But the numbers tell a different story. Despite the war and sanctions, the Russian economy is still growing. In fact, Russia's economy has performed better than some of its Western rivals, especially the major players like the United Kingdom and Germany. Russia is doing better than them.
Семья. Сын спрашивает у папы: папа, почему так холодно? Он говорит: потому что Россия напала на Украину. Ребенок спрашивает: а мы здесь при чем? А мы ввели санкции против русских. Зачем? Чтобы им было плохо. А мы что, русские?
We were talking a lot about the high energy prices as well, especially electricity prices. So how bad is the situation really for the industry? Is it bad enough to think about relocating?
It is indeed. There's a significant percentage of companies, and not only the multinationals with their global footprint, but a lot of mid-sized family-owned companies who have very operational plans to relocate, not the least due to high energy prices.
In the studio by my colleague Charles Pellegrin. And Charles, we're starting with Germany's support program, one of the largest in the developed world.
That's right, Tom. Chancellor Olaf Scholz, government announcing a 65 billion euro relief package. This is the third, so it brings the total cost of aid measures to 95 billion euros, all to help German households and businesses cope with the rise in energy prices and the cost of living.
Most importantly, the government needs to resign and order new elections because they're incompetent.
Right, today's lesson, how not to stab yourselves.